Hello, my beautiful creatives, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chrissie B, and I'm a creativity coach hoping to inspire you to live a more creative life every day. Now, today we're doing a Chatty art studio playtime where you watch me play in my art studio like I really do. I pretty much go from project 1 to project 2, and I've got lots and lots of projects, and I just kind of keep going from one to the next until I feel like I'm ready to stop. So today I kind of gave myself a time limit on my playtime because I could do this all day. Like I literally could do this all day, and I don't think you want to sit here and watch me for the next 6 hours just playing. Maybe you do, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you do. But anyways, I decided that today while I was doing my art studio playtime, I would have the movie Mrs. Doubtfire playing in the background. I love Robin Williams and I love laughing, and I just love this movie. It's just such a sweet story. So while while this video is about 19 minutes long, the movie is, I think, about 2 hours long. So that's about how long my play time in this art studio really was today. And you'll see I'm just kind of jumping back and forth from all of my different projects and just kind of playing it by ear and doing whatever it is I want to be doing. That is why it's playtime. So let's chat. What is going on this week? Well, last week I was sick. This week I'm doing much better. I have a residual cough, so you might hear that a little bit. I will try to keep it under control, but I'm doing great. I'm doing much better. Also, the kiddos, my niece and nephew, who we live next door to, have actually been out of town this week, so it's been a little bit weird. It is spring break, so there are kids playing in the neighborhood, and my niece and nephew are at their dad's house. And that means that our house has been a little bit quiet. So they will be back on Friday, and I cannot wait because I need my little peeps. So Jason's been working, for the most part, he's worked in Portland, Oregon for quite a while. And even though we moved out to the country, he still continued to work in Portland, Oregon. So the commute has been a big deal because it just takes a long time to get to and from. And thankfully, he's been doing a lot more work in Salem, which is about an hour south of Portland. It should technically be about an hour from us to Portland and us to Salem, but because of Portland's traffic, it generally takes a lot longer, so the commute is much longer than it probably should be. But working in Salem, that means his commute is being cut down much shorter, and he's getting home earlier, and we're able to go out and have fun. So that's awesome. The other thing I'm really enjoying is that spring has sprung here in the Pacific Northwest, and it is gorgeous. We still have a few rainy days, I'm sure, coming, but it is super sunshiny and it's gorgeous out and staying light longer. So it's been really nice that my hubby comes home a little bit earlier and we have the ability to take our puppies, Bitsy and Gracie, out to the park every night for a walk. So that's been a lot of fun. So big changes coming to my channel probably starting next week, the first week of April 2018. There's been a little bit of a change in well, I don't know. There hasn't been a change quite yet, but I know there's a change coming. And that is I am officially starting to look for work, like actual job work. And one of the things that I will be doing just for fun is I've decided to start volunteering at one of my local nonprofits, someplace I'm really very loyal to, I love, and I grew up there, so I will be volunteering there a few days every week. So I'm not sure exactly how that will affect my video posting, but I'm excited. I'm really excited about starting that next week. And then in the meantime, I will also be looking for actual work. And I'm hoping that I can find something very creative. Like if I had the ability to choose whatever I wanted to do, I would teach art journaling professionally. Like I would teach art journaling and art journaling for healing. Like if I could find a life coach or a counselor of some sort who would be willing to like help me teach these classes where I can teach the art and the fun part, and then they can help teach the healing and the mental health part, that would be so awesome. I would be super completely jazzed. But that's not quite in the program just yet. In the meantime, Mama's got to pay some bills, so I will be looking for some work, hopefully part-time. That would be excellent, because I really am having a blast doing my videos, and I'm hoping that they're I feel like I'm on the right path. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I want to continue to do that. Intuitively, I want to keep doing my art journaling. I love it. I love doing these videos. They're so much fun. I love the feedback that I get from you guys. I'm so thankful that you guys are willing to come watch little old me. You know, it's just very sweet and it's very humbling, and I just really appreciate you. So let's see what else. Oh, so for my video posting, I'm gonna change up my video posting. Right now, I think I will do 2 videos per week on my YouTube channel because I am starting a Patreon channel. I already have the channel technically started, but I haven't really posted anything there yet. And that is because I do so many videos during the week on YouTube, I don't really have the time to do extra videos on Patreon. And I want to change that. I would love to be able to make my art full-time. I would like to be able to share what I do full-time. And unfortunately, when you have bills to pay, that's not always feasible doing it via YouTube, because I'm not sure where I've heard you make tons of money on YouTube videos. That has not been the case so far. Just full disclosure. Anyways, so I will be going down to 2 videos a week. So right now I'm thinking I'll post a video every Tuesday and Thursday, and then the other videos that you might expect to see will be posted up on Patreon. Now over on Patreon, now I don't know if you know what Patreon is. Patreon is a place where fans, I guess, or you have the ability to subscribe to your favorite artists or people that you follow on YouTube or different creative mediums, and you're able to subscribe to their channel. And what that does is, by giving a few dollars every month to your artist, you know, your person that you're subscribed to, you give them the ability to pay for their supplies, pay for any equipment that needs updated. It also helps pay for some of their living expenses so that it's not so difficult to do both, share their art and videos and also live. So I will be doing more videos over on Patreon. I'm also planning on doing collage sheets and other creative things. I will have all my list of packages over there. My least expensive package should be about $2 a month. That is for anyone who wants to just have access to my Patreon channel, and you can see all of my base subscriber posts. That's how that kind of works. I'm really excited about it. I'm a little scared too. It seems like such a leap of faith. Who am I to like ask you to help, you know, pay for some of my art supplies, or maybe pay for, you know, a new battery for my camera if it should die, or, you know, right now my thing that I'm hearing a lot in my head, and it's really to myself, is if you're not making any money in your art business, you really don't have an art business. You just have a really expensive art hobby. So I'm trying to slowly fix that. And so my first step will be the Patreon channel. And then I will supplement by finding part-time work someplace here in town, or hopefully create some other opportunities or other offerings that I can offer to you and to my other subscribers. So anyways, blah, blah, blah. So just be prepared. Next week, instead of having a video every weekday, which is what I've been trying to do on YouTube, I will have a new video on Tuesday and Thursday, and I will have additional videos over on Patreon. If you'd like to subscribe to those, you're more than welcome to go do that there. And then, oh, I also am so excited because I finally made a decision. You know, I will be doing a 30-day challenge for all of April. And it's a self-care challenge. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew that some of the things going through my head were like 30 days of meditation, or 30 days of drinking water, or 30 days of, you know, I don't know, gosh, my mind just went blank. 30 days of like walking out in nature, or 30 days of something. And I knew that I needed to choose something because April is really, really close. What is it? April 1st is Sunday. Oh, it's really close. It's getting here. So I've decided that I have this whole list of things that I could choose from for my self-care bucket, and I decided to pick the hardest one. So the thing I'm going to do for 30 days is I'm going to commit for the next 30 days, starting April 1st to April 30th, I'm going to do a yoga practice every single day for at least 15 minutes every day. Now, to me, that sounds terrifying. It sounds daunting. It sounds really quite scary. To others, that may be like a no big deal, or why is it only 15 minutes? I thought it'd be a great way to start. And honestly, out of everything on my list, that really truly was the most scary thing I could think of to commit to. But it was also the thing that if I did get to the end of the 30 days, I would be so freaking jazzed that I did it, because I don't know if I can, but how cool would it be? Oh my gosh. Even now, I'm kind of getting like really super excited about it. So I will keep you posted on how that goes. It will be a 30-day challenge, doing at least 15 minutes of yoga every day for the 30 days of April. And I am hoping that by doing it publicly like this, I will not quit, because I have a tendency to do it for a while and then quit. And this is something that I really, 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 really want to be able to say that I've done. So if you would like to join me in a 30-day challenge, one challenge for every day of the month of April, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section. I will cheer you on hard, honey. We all need as much support as we can give each other. So whatever you choose, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to cheer you on from afar. And yeah, I'd appreciate the same if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what we can do. I'm pretty uncoordinated. I'm pretty clumsy. I'm pretty unbalanced. I am very inflexible, and I am overweight. So all of those things to me in my head says, then thou shalt not be a yogi. But I really want to be, so I'm gonna push myself and see what we can do to make some magic happen here. So I'll keep you posted on how that 30-day challenge goes. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. So as for my art that I'm doing, today was a hard day in the art studio because I was really tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. So I found that I did a lot of stuff that was very no-brainer type things for me. Prepping pages, adding color to pages that had already been prepped. But I didn't really want to do anything too terribly scary. I did attempt to try to start that face that you saw earlier in the video, and that went so horribly awry so quickly, and I just realized I'm too tired to like finish that in a way that I'll be happy with it, so I decided to just set it aside. Yeah, that's kind of how you have to work sometime when you're creative. You have to show up to the table and play, like give yourself permission to play, but you also have to be really gentle with yourself. You don't want to beat the crap out of yourself when things aren't going the way that you want them to, because I find that when I'm super hard on myself, which I have a tendency to do, and maybe you're the same way, when you're very hard on yourself when things aren't going very well, it gets worse. Like there's no way to recover from that. So I find that it's just really helpful for me to stop what I'm doing, like find a stopping point, stop what I'm doing, put that particular journal aside and start something else. So really, that's what you're seeing me do for this entire video is I start something and I either am stuck and don't know what to do with it, so I set it aside and pick something else up, or I need to let the layer that I'm working on or have just finished completely dry before I can do the piece that I want to do next. So that's what you're seeing. This is really how I work. One of the things I really want to make sure that I do for next week is I want to make sure that I'm a little more organized with my magazine images, because I do have magazine images available, just none of them are cut out. So I found that a lot of my time in the art studio, even though this video only ended up being 19 minutes long, I spent a lot of time editing out all the time I sat there searching for a magazine image and cutting out the magazine images. So I would really like to make sure that I have a good stash of those available. Now I do know I have a stash somewhere. Unfortunately, I don't know where that stash is at. When we moved in the beginning of January, we were not the only ones who helped us move. There were some friends that helped us move, and so I don't know where everything is at just yet. So I'm looking for my stash. I'm thinking I may just go ahead and restart my stash just until I find the old stash, but I'm telling you, I have so many like cool visual things already cut out that I think that if I found my original stash, I'd have at least enough stuff to last at least 4 lifetimes. So the idea of starting again kind of is a little bit overwhelming, but not having a stash to grab at a moment's notice when I'm actually in the throes of like making something is a little bit hard. So I want to make my life a little bit easier and get another stash put together. So what else? Oh, let me just tell you really quickly about what you're seeing me do on the screen at the moment. I am so in love with different kinds of tapes. Now, I love to go to the hardware store and just find tapes. They have like drywall tape and carpet tape and all different kinds of, you know, painter's tape and scotch tape and all sorts of stuff. Well, I've added gaffer's tape to my mix. So I am on this particular spread, I just want all the different textures that these different kinds of tapes give me. And then I want to do an abstract acrylic over the top of that because I just think it gives you such a different kind of a feel when you have all these different textures going on. And the tapes are such an easy thing to add texture because the texture is built into the tapes naturally. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm absolutely in love with it. One thing I'm noticing, however, is I'm kind of gotten myself in a little bit of a rut color-wise. I'm doing a lot of blues and green. I've always done a lot of blues and green, but I'm doing a lot of blues and greens now. And because I'm doing so many different soul book or so many different art journals at once, I really need to really like change it up. So while I'm out in the world this week, I'm gonna be doing a better job of like looking for things that can give me some color inspiration, and I'm gonna do a lot more taking photographs of those things so that when I come back in my art studio to play, I can use that little catalog of photos that I take as reference to think of new colors to use. So hopefully that will get me a little bit out of my rut here. So what you're seeing here, this page that I'm is all different colors of blues, but because there is a turquoise in there, it kind of still looked like a blue and a green. So yeah, that totally happened naturally. I didn't plan that at all. But I did like the way that turned out. Just kind of using baby wipe and like smearing paint off. I used a lot of baby wipes today. This little star one, I didn't know if this would work or not. This is a gesso resist. I have done this many times before using gesso painted onto an acrylic stamp and then stamping the gesso down using the stamp. But I've never taken the gesso and smeared it through a stencil before, and it seemed to work great. It took a little bit longer to dry than if it were a stamp, but there's no risk of damaging my stamps because you have to wash the gesso off so quickly off of your acrylic stamp so they don't ruin them. So, and I am very, very much one of those people who babies my art supplies because they can be really expensive. And if you take good care of them, a lot of them will last for your entire blinking life, which is awesome because, as you know, a lot of art supplies are only sold for a season, and then once that season's over, you can't find that particular stamp or that particular stencil anymore. Or if you do end up finding it, it's a much harder search than it would have been originally if you would have just found it when it was actually like one of the things. So I realize I'm really zoomed out on this video. I'm really sorry. I do remember zooming myself out to let you see that big accordion, which is essentially like an accordion doodle book. And I realized I zoomed myself out, but I forgot to zoom myself back in again. And because I was in my head and really just on a roll, I forgot to look at my camera to make sure that I was actually in screen. Now, technically I am in frame, but I'm so far away, it's very difficult to see what I'm doing. So I apologize about that. But you remember those little itty bitty journals that we had created out of the note cards? That is what this is. I love it. It's such a fun size because it's so small. It's a very easy size piece of art to commit to time-wise. Yeah, because it's so small. So yeah, I love it. So I'm getting close to the end of the video. What I would love to hear from you is what would you like to see from me? What types of things? I know I've had a couple requests this week, especially that I did my art studio tour this week. I have a request to do an acrylic tour. I have another request to do my watercolor tour. I have a couple other things already in the works in my hot little head that I've kind of got in my mind I want to do. But yeah, it'd be really helpful to me to hear from you. What would you like to see? Is there a technique you would like me to try? Is there any questions that you'd like to have me answer? That would be so awesome. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.